Hello everyone and welcome to a new video, this week's episode of the Nula Knows Nothing podcast. My name is Nula and today I'm going to be talking about a lot of things because I don't actually know what I'm going to be talking about yet. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I really want to talk about is the fact that I have a microphone now. If you can see, there is this weird little, what is this called, like microphone, like black thing on my shirt. You can see it because I'm wearing a white shirt and I have the actual cable running from my GoPro because it plugs in all the way up my shirt and then clipping onto the edge of the top of my shirt. I really like this design. I think it's really good because it's not like a massive microphone where it's just going to be in your shot. It's quite small. It's not really recognizable if you have a darker shirt on. The reason why I have this shirt on is just because it's nice and flowy and it's comfortable because I've just had a shower, and if you can see, my hair is a bit wet because I've just had a shower. And yeah, I'm so happy and excited that I've got this new microphone. This is gonna make the recording not only like more nice to edit through, but also I'm putting work out there which actually sounds better than ever before because I've never actually had a proper microphone. And this one, I'm not sure what make it is, but it was around £73. I halved the money with my dad, and yeah, he paid for it, and it came today, and I rushed to the door because I knew that I had to get a code for it, and my mum was like walking up to the door as well, but from the back gate, and the delivery guy was like, oh, I don't know which way to go. So then my mum said, I'll go to Nula. So then he said, do you have a code? Like, I need a code. And I said, yeah, I've got the code, that's why I came to the door. And yeah, I showed him the code, and then he took a photo of me holding the thing because that's what they need to do. And yeah, I have the microphone now and I am so excited. Everything is just going to be so much better now. And yeah, I cannot wait. By the time this comes out, which is tomorrow, because I'm filming this on Thursday, I'm pretty sure. It's Thursday, I don't actually know. That means, tomorrow is going to be my last night sleeping in my bed for a week because I'm going to Croatia tomorrow and I'm so excited. And yeah, I might be filming there, but it's good now because I have an actual microphone so I can film, and I can't really edit, so if I did make a video for the Friday whilst I'm still out there, I don't know how I would upload it. I don't think I'll be able to do that, so I might have to make another one, like another episode tomorrow for next week. I don't know, but yeah, hopefully there's going to be some more content coming out for you guys very, very soon. If you have seen on my shorts, not on these shorts, but like YouTube shorts, I have made some smaller like videos and stuff. All of them are pretty much from work experience or some sort of work experience when I'm working with my dad. And yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying that. I really, really like the style of editing that I have chosen for all of them. I think they're slightly different, but in the best way possible, because I don't want to just stick to one thing. I want to fit the client's, not purposes, but like what they want to be fulfilled. Like their imagination, I want that to come to life. So I hope you guys have been enjoying those. I also made a cookie recipe, which if any of you guys knew, I did have like a baking channel before this podcast. Yeah, I had it I think I started it like 2 years ago. It's on the same channel, but I deleted all the videos because I was thinking, it's not really in the brand, is it? But I'm very annoyed now because I wish I had kept them because, of other like work experience I might be having to do with like cafe work and stuff, and it would have been really, really good to show those people and to show the industry to show the industry that, you know, I've done lots of videos for years. And there was some sort of like issue with my computer and stuff, so that I had to actually delete lots of the videos I've created. So I don't actually have those videos backed up on my PC, and they're not on YouTube show, so I can't actually get to them, which is very frustrating. But at the same time, we live and we learn, and I made a cookie, like a less than 1 minute, or maybe it was a minute, I don't know, video, like tutorial on YouTube Shorts. So hopefully you guys have seen that and enjoy that. If you guys were missing the like baking videos and stuff and previous stuff that I've created, if you didn't know I did that, there you go, we learn something new every single day. Yeah, so for today's video, I was waiting until I had the microphone to do this video because I've been so excited. One last thing before I actually get into the video, my ear has been hurting so badly. I feel like there's a lump there, and I showed my mum and she said it was just very red, so I don't actually know what is going on with my ear, but something is going on and I really don't like it. I'm not enjoying it at all, because you guys can't feel my other ear, but there's definitely a lump on my right ear, and I'm not sure where it came from. I don't even know what it is. Like, all the questions, yet no answers. And yeah, I really don't know where it came from. But yeah, so that's annoying me, that's hurting currently. But a good thing is I'm gonna have Spag Bowl for dinner tonight, because my mum is creating Spag Bowl, and I'm so excited. And also, I'm actually so excited for Croatia. I cannot wait and cannot believe that I'm going there. And yeah, we're going with some of our friends as well, which is really exciting and cool, because we've never really been away like abroad on a plane with them. But we're not getting a plane with them, we're meeting them there. And I think we're having dinner the first night there, which is so exciting. So yeah, I will definitely be posting like some sort of video I create, or maybe I'll film like a big video on my GoPro and then like a smaller one for shorts. That's kind of good. And then if I do a podcast as well, that's amazing. So I feel like I have 3 things I want to talk about today. One of the things I want to talk about is the new F1 movie. I saw that yesterday. I'll talk about that a bit later on in the podcast, in the episode. The next thing I want to talk about, well, not next thing, but just another thing I want to talk about, is how I emailed my MP, I think it is, because I was going to say PM, but I think that's Prime Minister. And I didn't email the Prime Minister. I did not email Keir Starmer. I emailed my local MP, so there we go. And the last thing that I want to talk about is it just me who hates social media? And I was thinking about whether I should just split all of those little topics into 3 big, like, different podcast episodes, but then I was thinking, I feel like I won't be talking too much about all of them. So yeah, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the F1 movie. You have to see it. If you haven't seen it yet, you have to see it. I went with 2 of my friends yesterday. It was incredible. I don't really want to spoil it, and I don't really want to, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to spoil it, but spoiler alert if I do spoil anything from here on out. I don't know, I love the way that, I don't think this is really like spoiling it, because F1, Formula 1 driving racing type of movie. Me and my 2 of my friends went because we got, basically from where my mum works, we have free tickets that we can like go see a movie. I don't know how my mum got them, but thank you very much, Mum. Essentially I booked the racing F1 movie, and then we got in there. But the weird thing when we got into the cinema was at the very start of the movie, like before it, like, you know, when it's like like close your phones and turn it off and like get ready to unwind, and there's only one screen you should be watching. There was one person in the cinema, which I think who they were like in the middle. That was really weird grammar then. But they said shh, shh, shh. And it was so weird because this person was just trying to make everyone silent, and it was so funny. I was laughing and I was trying not to like properly laugh. Luckily I didn't. I think some of my friends may have been laughing as well, but I really don't know. But it was so good. I loved how they, like, this might be a spoiler alert, but I loved how they made it so like intense, and the music as well on the track. And I like how they put the name of the place that they were racing, and then they had this like the track layout as well before or when Sonny, who's the main guy, who is Sonny Hayes, who is acted by Brad Pitt. Sonny is walking onto the, well, not track, but walking towards his team or whatever. And I love how like, oh, it's just so cool. There's like so much, it's not like drama, but I feel like that's the only way to call it. Like the music makes it more drama vibes, but like drama in the best way. Like not like, oh, I hate you, I hate that. Like drama as in something bad's about to happen. So like someone's gonna fight someone. And I just love that because, I don't know, I feel like it made it a really cool movie. And what else did I like about it? I liked the ratio between like just acting and their everyday lives, like the racers' everyday lives and the team's everyday life, or like what they do like when they're not racing, and then the racing life. Because I think like within everything there's like media events that you have to go to and stuff, and I don't know, it was just very interesting how like the like drivers really balanced out their lives. I also really liked how Sonny Hayes was, well, there's a repetitive theme that people say, and Sonny says, I don't really know what he says, but it's like, what is this, like a not, this isn't a good deal or something, or like what should I do, or like I'd do that, and then, or like is that a good deal, and then the person who Sonny's talking to says, well, what about the money? If it's about the money, then what is it about? Then if it's not about the money, then what is it about? And that is so interesting because, you know, as like races and stuff, I'm sure, well, I don't feel like they would do it for money, but a lot of people in the world would do stuff for money. And it's interesting how, well, I just like the difference between JP, I think his name is, and then Sonny Hayes. One of them's really old, one of them, not really old, but like one of them's older, one of them is younger. And I just love the contrast between the two, because it kind of shows Sonny's younger side within JP, and then JP's like kind of youthfulness to the game still. And I love that about it, and I think that's really, really cool. So the next thing I want to talk about is, what do I want to talk about next? There was two things I wanted to talk about next. One of them was, is it just me who hates social media? And then the other one was the MP? The MP one? Okay, let's do the MP one. So basically, I emailed my MP not too long ago, I'd say it's about a month ago now, and I have just got a response back from this person. It's the 24th now, and they emailed on the 23rd. So yeah, I emailed the MP of my local area, just talking about how like teen spaces and stuff, and there needs to be like an upgrade, like we're all missing out here. I'll read you what wrote to the person, and yeah, then I'll read out the MP's response, because I actually haven't read all of it yet. I don't know why I haven't read all of it. I've just been doing other stuff, like editing other stuff. Okay, so I don't think I did that good of a explanation then, but basically there's this like area, well, in the area where I live around, which I'm not going to say, there's like loads of grass and land, like, pardon me, in this place where I'm talking about. Now I can't actually say where I'm talking about because it's what's it called? It's like safeguarding or whatever. But I was just talking about how in the email, which I'm going to read out to you, how there's going to be like a Lidl opening up there, and the youth really needs, is like teenagers especially, need youth clubs, and the difficulty for teens to find that. So here is my letter to the MP, PM, I really don't know anymore. Okay. Who am I? Hello, my name is Nuala and I'm 15 years old. I live in Bleep and have lived there, and have lived here my whole life. The issue. Within the redevelopment plan of the Beep Beep site, I was hoping you had something planned for the youth, for teenagers. There is no artsy things around my area and I feel left out like a lot of youngsters. This is because Bleep is mainly populated by 50 plus age group. They might not say anything because they don't feel like they have any power, but I'm doing what I can to push for teens. My dream as a teen for a hangout spot would be a warehouse or bungalow type of area with an art studio, some canvases and paint, a little kitchen which makes it easier to interact and make friends with other people, a few vintage sofas with a TV, a skate ramp, some warm lighting around the whole area, a console to play some games and a radio. We're just misunderstood. There's lots of opinions about teenagers these days. For example, they do drugs or do knife crime. But that's not all of us, and there's probably an uprising in knife crime in teens because they have nowhere to go to find out who they are as an individual, causing them to fold into those around them, potentially not good role models. Hope. I hope you can help me and the rest of the teenagers in the area and to provide some sort of area for us, as I believe we are too old for the park and too young for the clubs. We feel like outsiders and we're just trying to find ourselves and where we fit in the world. Teamwork. Even if there is a supermarket that gets built there, there could be an area at the back of the 6.2 acres of land there for us, for the community, for teens. Thank you so much for reading this. Kind regards, Nuala. So that was my letter that I wrote, well, not letter but email, and now I'm going to read out the MP's message back, their response, their reply. Dear Nuala, thank you for my what's it called? Spelling is not that great right now. But anyways, thank you so much for getting in touch with me. I want to assure you that I share your concerns about the lack of youth provision in the area and the impact it has on young people. Unfortunately, the Conservative-led Beep Council closed all the youth centres, which has left very few spaces for young people. I am aware of the significant impact this has on young people's lives and on our wider community, and I am determined to do something about it. Thank you very much. I'm currently exploring the possibility of establishing youth care provision through collaborative work with the local authority, young organisations and other local groups. If you have any thoughts about what young people need, please do let me know. At present, Wildston FC has been given a 3-year exclusive agreement with Beep Council for the Beep Beep site. However, we are fortunate to have plenty of space in our borough that could be used for community projects like the ones you've mentioned. I also believe it's really important that younger people like you share their thoughts with elected politicians. Every conversation we have with constituents helps help shape our perspective. My team and I didn't hear as often as we would like from people your age. As you may have seen, the government is considering giving votes to 16 and 17-year-olds. I believe that would be an important step to ensure future generations have a voice. If you would ever like a tour of Parliament, please do let me know. Once again, thank you very much for contacting me. Yours sincerely, Beep Beep MP. Wow. Okay, so what I thought I was going to get from that was this, this guy who sort of understood where I was coming from, but not really at the same time, and kind of just was like, we're doing as much as we can to help you and to help teens and everything. But I genuinely think that that is a really good response. I'm gonna go through it, like a few of the things again. So the conservatives are the really like rich people, I think, and then the Labour is like the working class. Supposedly, Keir Starmer got to do something about that. And not that I want Labour to change and to be rich, I'm just saying that Keir Starmer is focusing more on money currently and not on, what we need, which is like people to be nice to each other. I don't know what I'm saying. But they closed all the youth centres, which has left very few spaces for young people. And that's not, and he said, I'm determined to do something about it. And he's going to do collaborative work with the local authority and young organisations and other local groups. If you have any thoughts about what young people need, please do let me know. Okay, I really like how he put, I also believe it's really important that younger people like you share their thoughts with elected politicians. I made this mistake when I was reading out before. Every conversation we have with the constituents help shape our perspective. My team and I don't hear as often as we would like from people your age. As you may have seen, the government is considering giving votes to... Okay guys, sorry that kind of cut off there. You may not have realised that cuts off, but I do know that because my camera shut down because it didn't have enough battery. But we're back now. I'm back from dinner. The Spag Bowl was very, very good, and what I was just doing was I was reading out what the MP was saying about 16 to 17-year-olds and stuff. So I'm going to read that out and just continue reading that out. As you may have seen, the government is considering giving votes to 16 and 17-year-olds. I believe that would be an important step to ensure future generations have a voice. If you would ever like a tour of Parliament, please do let me know. Once again, thank you very much for contacting me. Yours sincerely, Bleep Bleep MP. Okay, so that was that. And as I was saying before, I do think that he is trying to take into consideration what us teenagers think about, like the world and what we need. Because I think there's so many like old people in Parliament and they don't know what we want to have around. They don't know what will be, what would make our lives as teenagers fulfilled. They don't know that. They're old men, most of them, and I think it's important, especially as like the MP, to try and encourage more youth centres and spaces, and I'm very happy that the MP who is around this area is trying to do that. The last thing that I wanted to talk about today was, is it just me who hates social media? Now, as you can tell, I have just bought myself, and my dad have bought a new microphone, and if I hated social media, you're probably thinking, Nuala, why didn't you just quit then? Well, I personally like the creativity of making podcasts, thumbnails, the videos I've created. I really like that creative side of it, but the thing that I don't like is young people being attached and addicted to their phones because of social media. And I think YouTube, this might be like a really hot take, but YouTube is different than Instagram, TikTok and Snapchat. hear me out, okay? Instagram, there are lots of like photos. It feels more like work vibes. YouTube, I personally feel like it's like there's more communities, I feel like. I don't know, and I feel like it's good that you can, like, the algorithm, is the algorithm good though? That's the question. But I feel like it just recommends the right things personally to me, which is literally what the algorithm is doing. So well done, algorithm. I don't know what I'm saying, but I feel like Snapchat, I feel like it's just unnecessary. Like, you have WhatsApp, why not use that for messaging? But I think like teenagers have really adopted Snapchat and its features, like snapping where you are, or like streaks. I used to have Snapchat, but now I don't. I just got Instagram yesterday. I had it before. I also had TikTok before, but then I deleted TikTok, Instagram and Snapchat. The one of the three that I only have now is Instagram, and I have YouTube, which is another social media app I have, but those are only the two. Now I am questioning why I even like have an Instagram now, because I feel like I'm just going to become addicted to it. And I was doing it, I was putting on Instagram so that like more people could see my work, but I feel like there's still like creepy people. And like I had a public account, I've changed it to private now, but I had a public account, and I don't know, I feel like there's just creepy people following me. So I not unfollowed them, but like I removed them, and yeah, now I only have the people who I know. So I don't know whether I want to continue having Instagram and have a like private account so that people who I know can see my stuff. I think that's probably the best way to move forward. Did I talk about TikTok? I don't think I did. TikTok, I feel like, is just such a trap for young people and just teenagers and young children, because I feel like there's just so much going on, like 24/7, all the time, like, pardon me, in every single social media platform, there is so much going on. But I feel like with YouTube, not YouTube Shorts, but just YouTube, like long videos and stuff, I think it's a lot better than scrolling on TikTok for hours. Because TikTok, especially if you're like a young person, like if you're like 11, I feel like the content you're going to be fed is going to be a lot of like shouting and like, this is how you should be, like man up, like this is how you treat like women or whatever. Like, I feel like this is kind of leaning towards like the Andrew Tate type of stuff, but I really don't want that to happen, so I'm not going to talk about him, because I don't want any more, like, not even recognition, but I don't want any attention from him. I don't want him to get any more attention. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like TikTok just serves young children the wrong things to be viewing and stuff. I think the worst one out of the three, or let's say four, so YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. The worst one is probably TikTok in my opinion. The second one is, I'd say Snapchat, and then Instagram, and then YouTube. I say Snapchat because I feel like if you get like Snapchat for the first time, I feel like you're kind of like, oh, like how do I respond to this snap? Because like some of my friends, or not some of them, only one of my friends, he, like a girl just like snapped him, I guess, and he was like, well, what do I say to that? And then I was just like, take a photo of us two. He's just overthinking it all. So I don't like how it's like not like intimate like that, but I feel like it's just too close. It's too touch-feely, you know? And that might be a really weird way of saying it and putting it, but I feel like that's kind of what it is, and I really don't like that. Yeah, and also I don't like how you're kind of forced to take photos of places. Like when I had it, I was taking photos like of literally anything and everything. Well, that sounds weird. Like of like my room or landscape or portrait or wherever I am, or like my eye, or like my outfit or whatever. But looking back at it now, I don't know, I feel like it's just weird, and I feel like it's kind of forced on young people as well to have it, and if you don't have it, you're weird. Like, you know, if you don't have social media, you were seen differently because A, you don't know how to dress, B, you don't know the trends, C, you don't know the right like music to listen to. But I feel like that's like very much start of like secondary school towards the end, but then at the end I feel like people start coming into their own. I do feel like it is like, but they're like the actual like cool down to earth people, you know, but like I feel like there are still lots of people who like try and be like well known in the school for, I don't know, or just like, I don't really know how to put it, but like who like break the rules and stuff, I guess. And I'm one to break the rules, but not at school. I feel like that's just a bit like stupid. Like, why would you break the rules? Like, it's not that deep. Whereas if it's the government, sure, I'm gonna break the rules because sometimes we gotta, you know, sometimes you gotta be a little bit naughty, and those are one of the times. But I personally think not at school. I don't see the need to. Like, if I'm wearing a skirt, I'm not gonna roll it up. I just don't feel the need to do that. Maybe that's because I dress a bit more masculine, but then again, I only wear trousers in the winter because I wouldn't wear tights. So I don't know what's going on. I'm so excited for my trip to Croatia. I cannot wait. I also need to clean my room, so I'm going to do that after this. But I think that is the end of the video. Yeah, I will not be sharing my Instagram because I feel like pretty much everything I post is going to be the same on there, like as it is on YouTube. So you're not missing out. It's okay. Yeah. I kind of want like Instagram, I want to build on it. Like, I want to see how much I trust it, which is weird, but at the same time I've been doing YouTube for about 2 years now, from the baking channel, as we were saying earlier, to this podcast that I'm hopefully flourishing in. Pardon me. And yeah, I really hope you like the background this episode. I changed it because, I don't know, I was kind of feeling like more interesting wall background vibes. I was going to bring out the blue sofa, which I did have for a cool, oh, that's my stomach, for a cool video I did in December, I think it was like Christmas idea type of video, and yeah, I had the blue sofa then, but the blue sofa is in my brother's room, so I don't really want to faff around with that, because also he's sleeping currently, even though it's like 8:20. I'm actually guessing that. Let's have a look. It's 8:21. That is mad. That is insane. That's crazy. Okay. Well, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel below so you don't miss any of my videos just like this one. If you have any video recommendations, please comment them down below, because I would love to hear you guys' feedback and see what you guys want me to talk about. Hopefully you guys have had a good summer so far and are going to have a great summer. If you have any holidays that you're going to, please comment them down below. I'd love to see where you guys are going. Yeah, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next time. I also hope this mic is like much better, like sound quality. So yeah, you guys, I genuinely think I'm just going to give up with Instagram, because I used to have one account, which was my full name, and I then stopped using Instagram, and I can't delete that account because I don't think you can delete accounts on Instagram. I don't know why. So basically I didn't actually delete that account, and I now have like my first name and something else after and stuff, and yeah, but basically I then looked at like people who I can follow, and then it said my full name, which there's not many of my names out there, and so that's kind of creeping me out. So what I think I'm going to do is just delete everything, delete Instagram, try to delete the account, and if I can't do that, then I'm just going to delete Instagram, because I think it's a waste of time, and I think I'm going to become too addicted to it. Like, my screen time is like 3 hours, which is doubled pardon me, from having Instagram, I'm pretty sure. So that's kind of scary. But that's another reason to not go on any like Instagram or like anything like social media wise, because it ruins you. And there's so many people who can like copy your account and stuff. That's why I kind of like YouTube, because it's full of creators, but like it's not like people scrolling and then they find your page and they want to copy you. It's like you actually have to find the person to then be like, okay, this is what they do. But like I don't think people really copy each other on YouTube. I mean, people do, but like not account names and stuff and try to be someone they're not. I think it's less likely on YouTube than on anything else, so I'm probably just going to delete it. So yeah, don't even have to worry about not being on my Instagram anymore, because I won't be on Instagram, because I don't care about Instagram. You guys, I know there is literally like, the lighting's really bad in here, but basically I just looked on Instagram, I searched my name up, and it's literally just my old account. I really hope that that is the case. I don't want to delete it, but at the same time I feel like, is that just for the best, you know? But at the same time I do want to branch out and reach out to like other people and things and stuff, and like companies to see my work and stuff. Although I do currently have a private account because I switched it back. But I don't know, should I keep my account public and then you guys can see it? I'm not sure. Comment down below though what you guys think. Alright, for like the third time, goodbye you guys.